The great house at Collinwood, in a strange and different time. A time that runs parallel with our own. A time in which people look familiar, but follow different destinies. For many months there have been those who believe, but could not prove, that Angelique Collins' death was an act of murder. On this day, not far from Collinwood, a young man's greed has accidentally led him to the proof of murder that has been missing for so long.
I said there was no money in that safe. There was more than I imagined. And I intend to get it all.
Hello.
Alexis, my dear, this is Bruno.
Hello, Bruno. You ran off in a hurry today. Where'd you go?
Oh, well, I had a very busy afternoon. Very, very busy.
Doing what?
Oh, various things. Visiting old friends, gathering information.
I think you have something to tell me, Bruno. What is it?
My. Aren't you perceptive?
Mm-hmm. Now tell me something I don't know.
Well, what would you say if I told you that I know who murdered Angelique? I'm waiting for you to say something, Alexis.
Bruno, if you know who murdered Angelique, tell me.
Not over the phone. I suggest that we meet someplace. Just the two of us.
Well, all right. Come to my room at Collinwood as soon as you can.
I'll be there in an hour.
I assume that you have some evidence to prove what you've just told me.
Of course.
Well, bring it with you.
In due time, Alexis. In due time. Well, I didn't expect to be greeted by the mistress of the house.
Hello, Bruno.
I'm glad to see you're looking well, Maggie.
Thank you.
I heard about the terrible experience you had.
Well, that's over now. I just as soon forget about it.
I guess you just never know people as well as you think you do.
That's true.
Who would have thought Cyrus Longworth, of all people, was capable of doing something as cruel as that?
Bruno, I want to thank you for your condolences. I'm very happy you stopped by.
If that's the purpose of your visit, then you may leave.
Oh, actually, that's not the only purpose of my visit.
Tell me what you want and get out.
Well, the master of Collinwood is being as gracious as ever, isn't he? Actually, I'm here by invitation.
Whose invitation?
Your charming sister-in-law, Alexis. Are you going to tell me I can't go upstairs to see her?
No, not at all, Bruno. You go right ahead. I'm sure that she must have a valid reason for wanting to see you.
Well, I'm sure she does.
And how are you feeling today?
Much better. I didn't think I'd be able to get any sleep at all, even with the sedative, but I did.
Good. Look, I'm sorry that I reacted the way I did to your disappearance. But if I'd have been as calm as Barnabas was, then I would have realized that you hadn't run away.
Quentin, please. It is all over. Let's forget about it.
Am I forgiven?
Yes, of course.
You know, you don't say that as if you really mean it.
I do.
Maggie, there's something wrong. Hey, come on, out with it.
Why did you take Alexis to Bangor with you?
She said that she had some shopping to do up there.
At night?
Maggie, I don't believe it.
Believe what?
You're jealous of Alexis.
Quentin, I am not. I mean it, I'm not. I was just curious why you took her with you, that's all.
And I've told you all there is to tell. I don't think there's any further need to discuss it. Do you?
No, of course not. I hope you haven't come empty-handed.
Well, at the moment, yes.
But I told you I wanted to see whatever it was.
I know what you told me, but I didn't think it was prudent to reveal my information as yet.
Why not?
Well, the information that I have is very, very revealing. And I thought that, well, whoever wanted it would find that it was of great value.
In other words, you want me to pay you for it.
Precisely. You see, I'm nothing but a rather poor, itinerant musician, rather desperately in need of money. And I know how much you wanted to find out who murdered your sister. Or was I wrong about that?
Of course you're right about that. How much do you want?
$5,000.
Oh, all right, I agree to your price. Tell me, who was it that murdered Angelique?
I'll give you nothing until I've got the money in my hands.
No, I promise you'll have the money.
Alexis, you're very sweet, and I'm sure that you can be trusted. But, you see, I never take the risk of trusting anyone. I'm sorry, it's just a quirk I have.
All right, I can get the money in about 2 hours. Can you be back here with the evidence in 2 hours?
2 hours it is, then. Until then.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking about Cyrus.
No, it won't do any good to keep thinking about that.
No. No, I'm not reliving the experience, not at all. I've just been thinking about the things that have been happening around here lately. Not just to me, but to everyone. I was wondering if Cyrus might be responsible for it all.
Impossible, Maggie.
Quentin, think about it. Think how wrong we were about him.
Listen, what happened was a result of Cyrus's insane experiment. He only became evil after he became Jaeger.
But Quentin, they were not two different men. Jaeger and Cyrus were one and the same man with two entirely distinctly different personalities. And isn't it possible that as Jaeger, Cyrus could have done these things?
Oh, anything's possible. But why? I mean, why would Jaeger want to destroy our lives? What motive would he have?
I have no idea. Except that Cyrus was a very inhibited man. It's possible that underneath it all, he harbored some deep resentment toward us all.
I don't buy that. We all know that there was something wrong with Cyrus. Too many different things have happened to us recently. If he would have been responsible for all of those things, he wouldn't have had time to do anything else.
Quentin, I don't think you want to believe. I can understand that. I know he was your best friend.
I'm willing to believe anything, Maggie, if there is proof.
The proof may be forthcoming.
What do you mean?
Well, if these incidents continue, then I'm obviously wrong. But what if they've ended for good?
I guess that I will probably have to admit that you are right, my dear.
Let's have some coffee.
But you happen to be wrong, Maggie. The disturbances have not stopped, not by any means. And your husband is going to be more than upset when he finds out who is behind them.
Prompt. You do have the money.
$5,000. Now, may I see the evidence, or do I have to wait here while you count it?
I'll tell you what. You read, I'll count. Fair enough?
Private. In the event of my death, this is to be presented unread to my friend, Quentin Collins.
It's the private journal of our late and beloved friend, Dr. Cyrus Longworth.
Well, do I have to read the whole thing, or is there some page?
Page that you'd be interested in is folded over at the top.
Yes, I see.
I see now you know the name of the murderer of Angelique.
I can't believe that's true.
But I hardly think that Dr. Longworth would make it up. Well, why don't you read it again? As a matter of fact, why don't you read it out loud? You know, I'd enjoy hearing it once again myself.
Thursday, October 18th. This confession, Quentin, is for your eyes and yours alone. For I have on this night committed a great wrong, as a human being and as a doctor. You will never know the agony I have suffered since the seance. You see, Quentin, I know the truth. I know that Angelique was murdered tonight. And I know that you murdered her.
Well, go on. Don't stop now. Go on!
When I examined the body, I discovered the hat pin that you had lodged in the base of her skull. While the lights were out, everyone at the seance saw you with your hands around her throat when the lights came on again, but only I knew what had really happened. Only moments ago, I signed the death certificate stating that Angelique died of a stroke. You will ask yourself why I chose to do this. I will try to answer for my own actions. I knew that certain events at the seance had hurt you deeply. That you had worked yourself into a rage. A wild, jealous rage. And in that terrible state, you had killed her without knowing what you were doing. You are not an evil man, Quentin, and I know you deeply loved Angelique. God forgive me for taking it upon myself to be your judge and jury. I always had suspicions of Quentin, but I still find it very hard to believe.
You know why he was jealous, don't you? It was because of me.
I don't care why he was jealous. I just want him to suffer for what he did.
Well, so do I. I take it you're going to go to the police immediately.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to think about it very carefully.
You've got no other choice.
I want to do what Angelique would have done. I want to make certain that her spirit is relieved from the agony it's undergone ever since her death. I must ask you, Bruno, never to tell anyone about the journal you just gave me.
All right, I'll go along with you for a day or two. But I warn you, if you haven't acted by then, I will.
You mean you don't have it anymore?
Alexis, my dear, do you think I'd be so stupid as not to photostat a copy of that page for myself?
Very well, Bruno. You don't have to worry. I shall make use of that information very soon.
All right, I'll be waiting, but not for very long.
It won't be too long, Bruno, and you'll be very much involved. In fact, I'm ready to take the first step now.
Why are you looking at me that way?
What did you say?
You're looking at me as if you were angry at me.
No. My mind was somewhere else.
Alexis, something troubling you?
No, I'm
Are
all
you
right.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh, Maggie. Hello. How are you feeling today?
Much better, thank you.
I'm sorry I wasn't here when you got back.
It's all right. There wasn't anything you could do anyway. Please excuse me. I thought I'd go upstairs and lie down for a while.
She'll be under a strain much longer than she thinks because of this.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of.
I'll go upstairs and talk to her. Maybe there's something I can do to comfort her a little.
You're very kind, Alexis. I'll be in the study if you want me.
Come in. I brought you some tea. I thought it might help you relax a little.
Well, thank you very much, Alexis. You shouldn't have gone to that trouble.
Well, don't be ridiculous, Maggie. I know you think you're feeling much better, but actually it'll be quite some time before you get over the ordeal you've been under. And I want you to feel free to call on me if there's anything at all I can do to help.
That was very thoughtful of you, Alexis. I think I'll have some tea and then...
Good. Power of the flames. Carry my thoughts to you, Maggie. And my thoughts will become yours. But I will control everything that you do. And you shall do as I command. You will not resist, Maggie. You will not resist. The spell is beginning. You feel my will. You feel the irresistible force of my will. Keep walking, Maggie. You know where to go and what to do when you get there. Keep walking. That's right, Maggie. Back to your own room. Back to begin your first attempt at witchcraft.
I thought you'd still be upstairs.
No, I didn't stay very long with Maggie. Well, she seems strange.
Strange.
Yes, is it just my imagination? Or has she been cool with you?
Oh, why should she be cool to you?
I don't know, but I had the feeling that she'd been very upset ever since she found out that you took me to Bangor with you.
I see. She gave you that impression.
Yes, I don't know why. She just did.
Alexis, it's not your imagination. The fact is... What's wrong? What is it?
Oh, my God! I'm choking! Help me, Quentin, help me!
Oh, what can I do?
It can't be.
What?
I don't believe it.
What?
The witch! The witch! Stop her, Quentin! Stop her!
So, Cyrus was the one responsible for everything that's been happening in this house. Is that it? Wouldn't it be convenient if I believed everything that you meant me to? But I never will, Maggie. Because you are the witch. You are responsible for everything from the moment you walked into this house.